What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about coil tapping. Actually, we're going to talk about coil splitting because that's what it's really called. What do we mean by coil splitting? When you have a humbucker, right? There are two coils, right? And that's what makes a humbucker. On some guitars, you can push or pull a knob or flip a switch and you can shut one of those coils off. And the idea is that you have the flexibility of having a real humbucker and then having a single coil, and then you have sort of a Strat and a Les Paul tone in the same guitar, basically. That's sort of the idea, but it doesn't always work. So we are going to look at that today. Do me a favor before we get in this video, hit the subscribe button and the like button if you like guitar stuff, because that's what we talk about pretty much every day of the week around here. And you can also check out the little, wherever it is down here, the Patreon and YouTube members and etc. We got all kinds of extra content going over there. And we actually make pickups, so go to DylanTalksTone.com and check that stuff out too. I've got this guitar right here. This is a double cut Tele that was made by a friend of mine, Silton Guitars, and it's pretty neat. It's got a set of our DAFs in it now, but what I think I want to do today is Brianna's going to be in the shop making some pickups, so I'm going to have her put together a set of center punches, and I think we're going to go ahead and engrave paisley on it because this guitar has this paisley fabric top. We're going to put this in here and we're going to add a CTS push-pull pot, and I'm going to show you a way to fix this problem, because when you have coil splits, like I said, when you shut one of those coils off, it just sounds weak. The idea, you want it to sound like a Strat, you know, or some kind of single coil guitar, but what you end up getting is like this weak, anemic, half a pickup sound. But we've got a solution for that. So I'm going to show you what that is here in just a few minutes. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and get the strings off of this, and we'll get the pickups out of it, and we'll have Brianna put together a set, like I said. And yeah, let's do some coil splitting that actually works. Hey.
One of them's pinched in there. Maybe not. Is it? Nope. There it went. Sure did.
So this is the push-pull that we're going to put into this guitar. This is the CTS. These are really nice pots. And the way this is basically going to work is terminals 1 and 3 are going to go to ground, and C1 and C3 are going to go to the center link of our humbucker, which on ours is wired thusly. So on our pickups, that green and black wire is going to go to C1 for one of the pickups and C3 for the other. The red is going to go to the switch, and the white is going to go to the ground, and that's how we will. And then when you pull this, you will coil split the humbucker. So I'm going to put that in the tone spot on this guitar. Alright, so I put these pickups in this guitar. So we got the center punches in there. They look rad with the paisley to match, which is pretty cool. Now I just need to flip it over and wire this guy in there so that we can do a coil split. Alright, so I've got the center punch pickups in the guitar. How about that for some sweet paisley? Paisley on paisley action. And since we only had 2 knobs on this guitar, I just went ahead and did a master coil split. So when we're doing coil splits, basically what we're doing is we're cutting half of the pickup in half, like we talked about earlier. So we're shorting half of it to ground and we're just shutting half of it off. What typically happens is you basically just cut the volume totally in half. And the point of a coil split guitar is to give you sort of like a single coil sound. So like, you know, when we think of using a coil splitting guitar, we kind of want, you know, this kind of feel or this kind of sound, but it doesn't usually work out. So what we figured out here at DylanTalksTone is a way around that, and I'm going to show you that. So here is our neck pickup humbucker sound. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and coil split that with this push-pull, and that's going to shut the screw side off and leave the slug side on. Now, the cool part about that is we have an actual single coil sound. Like this has a nice bottom end to it still. And when we play them back to back, you're going to hear a lot of the bass go away, but if you measure it with a dB meter, it's very, very close in volume. So here's your humbucker. And here is your single coil. So there's a little bit of volume drop there, but not near as much. The idea is the way we've got these pickups made, we don't cut a complete half of the pickup off. We only cut it down about 30%, if that, in power. And the idea there is that your ear just doesn't perceive that much of a volume drop. There still is some. You can't get around it 100%. But for lack of a better word, in playing context, you're not going to notice much volume drop at all, which I really, really dig. Here is the bridge pickup. So So that was humbucker and then single coil. So there's very little volume drop there too. I will say that these are kind of sensitive to pickup height, so if you can get them a little closer, that really does help. And then just an aside to that, one of the things I really care about here at Dylan Talks Tone is literally just clarity. I don't want to have muddy, like a muddy neck pickup, for example. So nice clarity, real good note definition. And when you go ahead and coil split that, you have a nice pretty cool, right? It's really fun, and it makes it to where a function that a lot of folks will sort of shy away from because you don't really get the results you're looking for, it makes it a lot more usable. One of the things I like to do is typically, I'm not a person to put coil splits on both pickups. Usually what I'll do is in a situation like this, I would be more likely to use a neck pickup, coil split it so you can get this nice neck pickup sort of sound. That nice neck pickup single coil sound. And then I'll put one of these pickups in the bridge position. For example, in a single hum Stratocaster, right? Where you want the humbucker in a single hum Stratocaster, but then maybe you can sort of go back to that more traditional Stratty sound, especially in the notch positions. So I really like using the bridge position in a single hum, and I like using the neck position in any other situation, whether it's a Les Paul style guitar or maybe it's a Telecaster and you put a humbucker in the neck position and then have a regular Telecaster in the bridge. That's really fun too. If you have questions about it, if you want to try it, get in the comments and ask questions, or you can just go to Dylan Talks Tone and a little chat box down on the side. Ask me about it and the application that you want to put it in, and we'll try to get you sorted out. It's really, really fun. And of course, they come in a bunch of different colors and custom pickup covers and all that kind of stuff too. And yeah, so there you go. A solution to a problem. And we don't use any weird resistors or anything like that. You don't have to worry about any special wiring, just a push-pull, which we also sell at the website. So Dylan Talks Tone, we have these CTS pots, push-pull pots, and they're really good. So there you go. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I just want to show that to you today. I think it's pretty neat. A solution to a problem that has long been a thing, unless you knew about this pickup, because it's been around for about 12 years now. And it's very popular. We sell lots of them. So thanks for hanging out. We'll see you in the next video.